Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Travel via aircraft. The art of operating aircraft. The aggregation of a country's military aircraft. The operation of aircraft to provide transportation. Exposed to fresh air. The mass of air surrounding the Earth. It was exposed to the air. Travel via aircraft. Air travel involves too much waiting in airports. Exposed to cool or cold air so as to cool or freshen. Air the old winter clothes. A slight wind, usually refreshing. As he waited, he could feel the air on his neck. A succession of notes forming a distinctive sequence. She was humming an air from Beethoven. A distinctive but intangible quality surrounding a person or thing. An air of mystery. Broadcast over the airwaves, as in radio or television. We cannot air this X-rated song. Make public. She aired her opinions on welfare. Medium for radio and television broadcasting. The program was on the air from 9 till midnight. A mixture of gases, especially oxygen, required for breathing, the stuff that the wind consists of. Air pollution. Be broadcast. This show will air Saturdays at 2 p.m. Exposed to warm or heated air, so as to dry. Once thought to be one of 4 elements composing the universe, Empedocles. The region above the ground. Her hand stopped in mid-air. Travel via aircraft. Air travel involves too much waiting in airports. The art of operating aircraft. The aggregation of a country's military aircraft. Change location. Move, travel, or proceed, also metaphorically. We traveled from Rome to Naples by bus. Travel upon or across. Travel the oceans. Undertake a journey or trip. A movement through space that changes the location of something. Self-propelled movement. Make a trip for pleasure. The act of going from one place to another. He enjoyed selling but he hated the travel. Travel from place to place, as for the purpose of finding work, preaching, or acting as a judge. Undergo transportation as in a vehicle. We traveled north on Route 508. The act of going from one place to another. The act of going from one place to another. A superior skill that you can learn by study and practice and observation. A superior skill that you can learn by study and practice and observation. The products of human creativity, works of art collectively. An art exhibition. The creation of beautiful or significant things. Art does not need to be innovative to be good. A superior skill that you can learn by study and practice and observation. The art of conversation. Photographs or other visual representations in a printed publication. The publisher was responsible for all the artwork in the book. A system of components assembled together for a particular purpose. Several things grouped together or considered as a whole. A group of persons together in one place. The social act of assembling. Several things grouped together or considered as a whole. The act of gathering something together. Request for a sum of money. Several things grouped together or considered as a whole. The act of gathering something together. A publication containing a variety of works. Several things grouped together or considered as a whole. The act of accumulating. An increase by natural growth or addition. Finance. Profits that are not paid out as dividends but are added to the capital base of the corporation. The organized action of making of goods and services for sale. American industry is making increased use of computers to control production. Persevering determination to perform a task. Frugality and industry are still regarded as virtues. The people or companies engaged in a particular kind of commercial enterprise. Each industry has its own trade publications. Moving swiftly. Fast-flying planes. An instance of traveling by air. Flying was still an exciting adventure for him. Hurried and brief. Paid a flying visit. An instance of traveling by air. A stairway, set of steps, between one floor or landing and the next. Decorate with feathers. The path followed by an object moving through space. The act of escaping physically. His flight was an indication of his guilt. A flock of flying birds. A formation of aircraft in flight. An Air Force unit smaller than a squadron. A scheduled trip by plane between designated airports. I took the noon flight to Chicago. Fly in a flock. Flighting wild geese. Passing above and beyond ordinary bounds. A flight of fancy. Shoot a bird in flight. The military forces of a nation. Their military is the largest in the region. Associated with or performed by members of the armed services as contrasted with civilians. Military police. Characteristic of or associated with soldiers or the military. Military uniforms. Of or relating to the study of the principles of warfare. Military law. The military forces of a nation. 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 The military machine is the same one we faced in 1991, but now it is weaker. Test a plane. Rise rapidly. The dollar soared against the yen. Fly by means of a hang glider. Fly a plane without an engine. The act of rising upward into the air. Fly upwards or high in the sky. Go or move upward. The stock market soared after the ceasefire was announced. Without anybody else or anything else. He flew solo. A flight in which the aircraft pilot is unaccompanied. A musical composition for one voice or instrument, with or without accompaniment. Any activity that is performed alone without assistance. Composed or performed by a single voice or instrument. A passage for solo clarinet. Fly alone, without a co-pilot or passengers. Perform a piece written for a single instrument. Postpone doing what one should be doing. Small individual study area in a library. A booth where articles are displayed for sale. Come to a stop. The car stalled in the driveway. Small area set off by walls for special use. A tactic used to mislead or delay. A compartment in a stable where a single animal is confined and fed. A malfunction in the flight of an aircraft in which there is a sudden loss of lift that results in a downward plunge. The plane went into a stall and I couldn't control it. Cause an airplane to go into a stall. Cause an engine to stop. The inexperienced driver kept stalling the car. Deliberately delay an event or action. She doesn't want to write the report, so she is stalling. Experience a stall in flight of airplanes. Put into, or keep in, a stall. Seating in the forward part of the main level of a theater. A victim of ridicule or pranks. A person of unquestioning obedience. Act as a stooge, in a compliant or subordinate manner. He stooged for the flamboyant senator. Act as the stooge. His role was to stooge for the popular comedian. Cruise in slow or routine flights. Operate an airplane. Land on the underside without the landing gear. Cut down on. Make a reduction in. Move something or somebody to a lower position. Impose something unpleasant. Cause the downfall of rulers. Cause to come to the ground. Cause to be enthusiastic.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.